Hey, so I got a call today, a couple minutes ago, and a young lady who she's a minister, and she wrote a bunch of books, and she's kind of known, and so she called me, and she read my book that I wrote called Healing Rainbows, Embracing the LGBTQ plus community with scriptures, and she's one of the people who publicly rebuked me on social media when I wrote the book, and like I done lost my way, I'm going to hell, stuff like that. And she called me today to apologize, and she says I would have left a message because I never call you, Will, but the reason I left a message is because I didn't want you to be able to show this to anybody else because she's a very popular minister and she travels and speaks, and so it's like she says, man, I read your book, it had me in tears, and she said, I got the book because I was going to correct you when I got the book. I got the book so I can show you where you wrong in scripture. She says, but I couldn't even debate anything. She was that you grabbed my heart in the way you explained. I mean, she just went on and on again. And I told her, I said, you safe. I said, I got a bunch of people who DM me and text me and who are other ministers who said the same thing. I'm not going to tell you who. I'm not going to tell you who they are. And I'm not going to tell anybody else because I know that this is a hard stance to take, especially in a religious community. Religion is a hell of a drug. I know because I was high off of it for decades. And a lot of times you don't use common sense. It's just based off of faith and what your praying grandmama done told you, or bishop so-and-so. And so some little light-skinned cat from Detroit ain't about to change your mind, no matter how accurate he can be with the scriptures. So I understand and I appreciate her being honest about it. And she was like, don't tell nobody, Will. And I wish she had the strength to come out publicly and admit these kind of things, but I do understand the dilemma because myself, people have called me the Antichrist. I'm making my bed in hell. I can go on and on again. I mean, it's crazy. People who know me too. So I understand their dilemma, but I wanted to say this publicly and she said, you should tell people, just you don't have to expose who they are. But and this is something you can notice, all those people who have criticized me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever I've talked about this thing on different forums and have just, been horrible to me, saying really nasty, mean things to me, men and women of God. It's crazy. But a lot of them, not the majority, I'm not gonna lie, but a lot, very influential people have hit me up privately in DMs. I even have proof of that. Again, I would never do that. I'm not that kind of guy. But she made sense. She was like, you need to let people know. And I saw it's a lot of people who still wondering. And a lot of these people, you'll notice, this is my point, that if you go check my social media, you see that none of those people came back and apologized. None of those people who got my book and said they was going to correct me have said anything. So they've either corrected me or gone silent. They've either come back to me and apologized to me or gone silent. But I want you to know publicly that not one person has come back to show me where what I wrote in that book was wrong. Has come back to say, I told you, see, the Bible said, they talked all that junk before they read it. But after they read it, it's different. So again, I'm not bragging. I'm saying this in the sense that I want you to know that I did my research. I studied. I didn't do this lightheartedly. I knew that this would be a slippery slope. But I wasn't trying to press an agenda. I just wanted to spread love and peace and truth. And I believe that's what I did. If you haven't gotten the book, it's on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, anywhere you can get it from your public library. It's called Healing Rainbows, Embracing the LGBTQIA plus community with scriptures, written by William E. Smith or W.E. Smith. And you can also get the audiobook too. So it's an audiobook, ebook, and paperback. All right, be blessed.